Papoose being in some sort of secret relationship while he's still married to Remy Ma. She put some stuff out on the internet. Give me
There ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married.
It's not about me being a girl's girl or wanting him while he's married to you, as everyone knows. Remy was already out here with her little boy toy, whatever his name was, and now that Frank has come forward and said they were in a relationship for years, she was out in public with this guy, paddling him around, so it's not like it was some big secret. Papoose was a man I wished I had, but he went on and... I don't even like talking about fights and drama like this, but here we are. One of my favorite things is boxing. If the ring were my battlefield, I'd fight it out there. But this is a different kind of fight. And let me tell you, when it comes to the truth, the price is always higher than $1. If he stood by her and waited for her while she was away, but now he's with someone new, so that's life. She made her bed, and now she has to lie in it. When it seemed like things couldn't get any wilder, Remy Ma rocked the entertainment industry by exposing Ku's alleged dealings with Claressa Shields, a champion with a significant social media following. You should come to me with facts, not excuses, but maybe you're too young to understand how these things really work. Kirk Frost stepped in prepared to expose the entire scenario. He had receipts and made sure Remy wasn't getting away with anything. Kirk sacrificed everything to protect Papoose for maintaining composure and managing the entire situation with grace. He called Remy out. For those of you who are wondering how this whole thing began, let's go back to last year when it was revealed that Remy and Papoose were having marital problems. They were playing games, making friends with other rappers, and then trying to seem innocent. Kirk jumped right into the drama, accusing Remy of being toxic and exposing her for playing the victim when, in fact, she wasn't. Everyone was taken aback by Choice's possible collapse, but the mayhem had just begun. Despite the turmoil around him, a few months later, an even more startling claim surfaced. Remy was purportedly in a polyamorous relationship with another rapper dubbed Bad News. Papoose did it. He kept his composure as the rumors circulated, but when Papoose finally made the decision to move on, Remy lost it. She wouldn't allow him to start a new life with a different lady and child without making sure everyone heard her side of the story. Soon after, there were rumors that Remy had been hanging out with underground battle rapper Easy the Black Captain. However, the drama escalated when she went viral on social media, posting images and documents that she said proved Papoose had dated boxing champion Claressa Shields. Remy revealed all of it in private texts, rather than merely hinting at it. As the drama unfolded, people started asking the obvious question: how could a woman with 2 boyfriends be this upset over a man? Remy had always been known for her tough demeanor, but this time she picked a fight with someone who wasn't backing down. Papoose and Claressa surfaced along with her own scathing remarks. She even claimed that Papoose had been talking to Claressa late at night, while still living under the same roof as her. I'm not someone you can bully just because you're angry and bitter. You're just making yourself look foolish. Having only one girlfriend caused the internet to explode with chaos erupting across platforms. Claressa made it clear she wasn't backing down, but Remy wasn't finished. However, she took the drama from Instagram to Twitter, turning the heat up even more with scathing remarks. Claressa was referring to Remy's actions, such as the misinformation she supposedly disseminated across. Remy never backs down, so when things got out of hand, she hit back at Claressa right away, making fun of her age. I'm not 45 yet, but you're 29 and honey, you're not aging like fine wine, she said. She continued by saying, your boyfriend should buy you some flowers and gifts so that you can keep up the shade. She also returned the insult by quoting Claressa, who seemed unconcerned and replied, Remy, Social media isn't a real place. People do weird things all the time, and you just have to deal with it. I guess with Papoose, he didn't even answer his phone because he, accompanied by his side piece after months of silence, the back and forth got so heated that notifications were exploding. Neither woman was backing down, and Claressa persisted. Yes, there is hate and negativity, but the only thing I've noticed is that people are really intimidated by natural black women. Then there was a surprising turn of events. You're saying it's not true, but let's be honest, the whole Remy and Papoose situation wasn't even true. Claressa said, "I've been open in all of my relationships with men, and they're all made up because, let's be honest, I'm only 29. How could I even know about any of them?" When people thought the drama couldn't get any wilder, the internet once again showed itself to be a volatile place. Kirk Frost dove into the chaos and, believe me, was ready to set it off. He came in like a big brother on a mission to defend Papoose, bringing all the energy of someone ready to defend his own. He praised Papoose for keeping his dignity and composure while accusing Remy of playing games and getting too close to other rappers behind the scenes, but he didn't stop there. He called Remy out to her face, calling her toxic and exposing her for trying to play the innocent victim when, in fact, she was the one causing. Let's go back to the beginning of the mess last year. The world was shocked to hear that Remy and Papoose's perfect marriage was failing, but that was only the beginning. A few weeks later, shocking rumors surfaced that Remy was allegedly having an affair with underground battle rapper Easy the Block Captain. The worst part was that Remy had been hanging out with Papoose. Months later, more revelations about Remy's personal drama surfaced, and things only got worse. There were even rumors that Remy was having a polyamorous relationship with another rapper. Despite all the mudslinging, Papoose remained composed and never gave away secrets or shade. Kept calm. Remy went into a tailspin a few days prior to blazing social media with receipts she claimed to have that showed Papoose had an affair with boxing champion Claressa Shields. The real trouble started when Papoose made the decision to move on and go out with a new woman. Everyone knows that Remy has always carried herself with boss energy, making people uncomfortable with just a glance. This time, however, she picked a fight with them after losing control of her emotions and going all out, exposing alleged private conversations between Papoose and Claressa, in addition to her own vehement commentary. Remy challenged Claressa, stating, "This girl is supposed to be a world champion boxer, but baby, she hung up on me as a professional fighter." With someone who wasn't backing down, the tension increased. Remy's comments were unacceptable, and Claressa Shields wasn't going to back down because the fallout from this incident was much worse than anyone had anticipated. Precision gave Claressa a verbal retort, and fans were left wondering how a woman with 2 boyfriends could be so upset at a man for only having 1 girlfriend. However, Claressa wasn't finished, and she continued the feud on Twitter, keeping the internet buzzing about her. Reading tweets, I find it unbelievable that this 45-year-old woman is behaving like a clown. The drama had no signs of abating, the internet was captivated, and the conflict had only begun.
Who you're dating, your personal life, beef with rappers and all.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Quit sending phony messages to make yourself appear silly. Just because you're angry and bitter doesn't mean you can control me. I'm not even 45 yet, honey, but you're 29 and not aging like great wine. Remy wasn't going to take that lying down, so she pointed out how young Claressa was in response. After months of silence, she jokingly continued to tell her partner to send her flowers and presents, but he didn't even pick up the phone. As Papoose finally had enough, Remy added, "Everything exploded once more. this time to the tune that best reflected their relationship. He broke his silence by revealing the truth on social media. Explosives that startled everyone. Papoose had been working on his projects secretly for the past week. But now that the drama was back, everyone's notifications were going crazy, and this battle was far from over. He said, "Now that I'm over it, she's acting like the victim. I repeatedly requested a divorce, but instead of dealing with things like an adult, she's out here trying to gain influence on social media." But he didn't stop there. "I told you that Remy and I were done, and she's playing with a child, not an adult," he added. "We were supposed to build something together, but she ended up sleeping with a man who looks exactly like her small head and big hat." Kirk Frost's observation of the hypocrisy in the situation made things even worse. He pointed out that the double standards here are insane, but the drama wasn't over yet. Lil Scrappy then jumped in to share his thoughts, and when he does, you can tell he's not holding back. "A few months prior to our battle, he hit me, and now he's already playing the victim. Why does Remy get a pass just because she's a woman?" He asked whether a man would be outraged by the story. Took an even more bizarre turn when it was alleged that Papoose had secretly recorded Remy. "You mean to tell me that he had placed a recording device in Remy's car? That's how he knew Scrappy had questioned him. That's crazy. You couldn't really hear me on the other side, but you could hear her talking to me, so that's how he found out. I have all the proof, so as soon as he says, 'I'm just keeping it real,' I'll show you all the proof." Watching Papoose and Remy's relationship fall apart is painful, but let's face it, at this point, it's obvious that a divorce is on the horizon. Revealing their personal problems on social media since she couldn't bear to watch him content with someone else. World champion Claressa Shields weighed in, saying that for a marriage to succeed, both partners must be totally dedicated, but that things had clearly gotten out of hand. Fans are speaking out, with some accusing Remy of holding grudges and not letting Papoose move on in spite of everything she did to him. Papoose may have made a dubious choice by dating someone else, but can you really blame him after all the chaos that has emerged? Their breakup shocked everyone, but it was only. The controversy started when it was reported that Remy was hanging out with underground battle rapper Easy the Block Captain. A few months later, even more shocking rumors surfaced that Remy was allegedly involved in a polyamorous relationship with another rapper known as Bad News. Despite all the drama, Papo continued to handle the situation discreetly, maintaining his dignity while concentrating on his career. But with tensions this high, who knows what will happen next? Papoose had finally decided to move on, but Remy wasn't prepared to let him go. She wasn't going to see him begin a new life with someone else. Days before the drama erupted, Remy had been active on social media, sharing screenshots and receipts that purportedly revealed Papa's affair with boxing champion Claressa Shields. However, she didn't stop at hints. She went all out, leaking private messages between Papoose and Claressa that were laced with her own bitter remarks. She even implied that Papoose had been surreptitiously speaking with Claressa late at night, while still living under her roof, a betrayal she made sure the world wouldn't overlook. Calling out Claressa, who was known for her tough personality, Remy had always been able to make people shudder with a single look, but this time she went off on someone who wouldn't back down. Claressa fired back, cutting off all ties to the drama and becoming a symbol of strength and resiliency. Their love story had once been the stuff of legends as opposed to the typical grand proposals. Papoose had proposed to Remy while she was incarcerated, demonstrating his unwavering devotion, and fans had admired his loyalty, especially when he supported her during her prison sentence. When she was released in 2014, it seemed like the ideal love story. When Remy and Papoose were spotted together at an Eagle game, rumors of a connection between Remy and battle rapper Easy the Block Captain spread like wildfire. Their body language told a story, and soon allegations of secret rendezvous and private dinners surfaced. However, things took a turn for the worse when a claimed tape started circulating online, sending social media into a frenzy. Papoose remained her biggest supporter, calling her his queen and celebrating her every success. What should have been a triumphant night for Remy turned into a full-blown scandal when Papoose finally confronted Easy. Months of whispers and rumors had weighed him down, and when he did, things got physical. People were knocked unconscious by speedy punches, and security had to intervene. Fans, who had always viewed Papoose as the calm, devoted husband, were astonished when the video went viral on social media, and witnesses said Papoose discovered Remy and E having a private encounter backstage, igniting the dramatic altercation. Tucked in the midst, Remy attempted to take back control of the circumstances, but the harm had already been done, and it was too late. Kirk Frost even contributed by highlighting the extent to which this scandal was impacting all parties involved. Viewed Remy's behavior as a classic illustration of an ex-partner who couldn't bear to see their ex-partner live on the streets. The argument raged over whether Remy was really at fault or if the media was unfairly blaming her. In any case, her choice to share their private problems on social media only served to escalate the chaos, turning what should have remained private into a public spectacle. Fans and celebrities took sides, sharing their thoughts on the drama, while Papoose appeared committed to advancing Remy's. The way the public responded to her actions, which implied that she wasn't ready to let go, made it clear that this was no typical breakup. Rather, it was a masterclass in how not to handle the end of a relationship. As for accountability, that's the real topic of the day. But one thing is certain. This drama is far from over, and we'll be here to spill every last drop of tea as it happens. This could be the greatest celebrity controversy of the year, so keep your alerts turned on. The argument between Claressa Shields, 50 Cent, and Papa has turned into a full-fledged social media firestorm and a nightmare. It started when Remy Ma and her husband Papoose were. When she was seen dining at Brooklyn Chop House with 10 men, Remy kindly paid for their meal. However, the next morning, chaos broke out, and her phone was exploding with shocking information that someone had allegedly placed a recording device in her car. The recording caught Remy's voice speaking to someone else, though it was unclear who it was. As the drama developed, it became clear that Remy and Papa's marriage wasn't as ideal as many had thought, and the leaked audio fueled rumors. But things really got out of hand when boxing champion Claressa Shields entered the scene, making things even worse. When Claressa Shields challenged Remy Ma to a boxing match, just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more dramatic, 50 sent himself in to add another layer of chaos. As a longtime mentor of Remy, 50 quickly warned Claressa that she might be making a grave mistake, reminding everyone that Remy wasn't one to take disrespect lightly, especially when her name was on the line. The incident made it clear that Remy wasn't someone to push too far, but Claressa didn't back down. Instead, she doubled down and revealed that the bout would take place on February 2nd. The internet went wild once more, with some people guessing that it was all for show. To prove her point, she boldly declared that she would fight Remy for just $1. This wasn't about money or competition, but rather about making a statement. Remy wasn't about to remain silent either, and she responded with her own bombshell, accusing Papoose of secretly being in another relationship while still married to her. However, Some individuals felt that it was extremely personal for Claressa Shields and insisted that the feud began when Remy leaked private information in an effort to ruin her career. Despite their public image as a faithful couple, Remy and Papoose had been seeing someone else for years. The drama worsened, and as anticipated, 50 Cent returned to the conversation to warn Claressa once more. Citing her past outbursts as proof, he pointed out that Remy had a history of handling conflicts in ways that weren't exactly peaceful, and even implied that she would have no trouble winning a fight. Rather than being intimidated, Claressa became even more determined, making it clear that no amount of warning would stop her from entering the ring. Fans were divided. Some admired Claressa's confidence, while others thought